Hello everybody, hello to you. I don't know if this video is gonna work. I don't know because I've only got a poor signal where I am. But I am feeling everybody, and I've sort of stayed back, stayed away in a way, in the kindest possible way I have known to go quiet. Hello to you all. And just talking a little bit before people come in. Hello Marcy, so good to see you. Sylvia and Linda's here. So I just want to hop on, perhaps for a brief moment, to give you love, to give you support. I've known this period was coming, and I've kind of been prepared for it since last July, and we're most definitely in this period that I knew was coming, because my learning dreams are coming true in physical reality, which they always do. But the collective dreams are coming, my collective learning dreams have been presenting in physical reality as confirmation to me of the timeline. And you know, since the live with Jason, I know I've been quiet for no other reason than the wisdom of knowing to just allow everybody their journey. It's the kindest, most loving thing I could do, is just go quiet and knowing everybody is completely in their journey right now, and the one person that gets you through is you. It's not me helping you, it's you helping you. So I just want to share some beautiful analogy with you today. Very unexpected as always, but it's where I am. I'm actually on a beach, but I'm just about to leave the beach, and I came across something which I hope will support you and help you. So I'm going to turn the camera around so that you can see what's inspired me to share with you, if I can. So I am at a beach, but I've seen many things, learned many things today, but this is what I've come across. And it's a beautiful description of our timeline. You see, every single person has to take their steps, take their own steps across the bridge. And it's you that takes your steps, your way. That's how you empower yourself. It's not through others. It's through yourself. And I still hope I'm live, because it looks like it might be freezing. But yeah, okay, still live, but I'll try and keep still. But it's if you imagine all these pebbles that take us to this other side, it's you, it's your time to empower you. And only you can tread your footsteps. Only you choose which pebbles to step on. And you know, sometimes we step on a pebble and we might fall a little bit, or fall a lot. But everybody gets back up. and then they choose another step, and their next step, and their next step. And this is why I've stepped away a bit and gone quiet, because I know with all of my heart that everybody's empowerment is to take their very own steps. You each have your own design. It's no one else's, it's yours. You chose it before you came, before you descended into the solid reality. You chose your design. And some people have chosen quite literally to have a bit of a rocky ride for now. But it's by you trusting yourself and trusting those moments when you fall down, getting yourself through, that you get your own aha moments. You get your own self-realization moments within you. And that's what empowers you. And when you have them, nothing can take them away. Nothing can undo your knowing. It really is step upon step upon step that you take. I know many people at the moment have been struggling or feel alone. But I just want to show you something else which might help as well. Is if I home into the waters without falling in. Just gonna home in. And you can see, hopefully you can hear me, but you can see that the waters, when they run quickly, when the waves are fast, you can't see reflection very well. You cannot see your own reflection very well. And this in a way is what can create the disharmony within people right now, is that the energies are high. They've been raising for at least a week now. Just going to move back. They've been raising for at least a week and still rising. And so the fast spin and the frequency, the raising of the frequency, means that our thoughts are racing just like those waters. And when the thoughts are racing and we're focused on the minute detail of life, of the solid world, sorry, I'm just laughing because there's a dog having a really good time. But when we're focused on the details, the small details of the human life in the personality mode, and our thoughts are racing from one thought to another, we can't see clearly. So, you know, in the water, you can't see the reflection in the water clearly, because those waves of vibration within the water are fast. But if I just show you over here, same stream, and we can see the calmer waters slowing down, less rapids. And when we slow the thoughts down, when we slow ourselves down, we see the reflection. We get the aha moments. We get those moments of self-realization because we can see more clearly. I don't know if I can zoom in. So, racing thoughts, when we're in our personality mode, we can't see clearly. But if we just relax ourselves in whatever way works for you, relax our thoughts, relax our breathing, become aware of the breath, our thoughts quieten, we feel calmer, and we see the reflection that's presenting to us. So I know that these are heightened frequencies that everybody is in, but I know with all my heart that the way every single person gets through is by their own steps. Your steps, not somebody else's steps. The steps that you choose. So just become aware when your mind is racing and when you're focusing on the detail of life, of the human life. And try and step away. Try and not step away meaning walk away, but just zoom out of the detail that you're focusing on. Try and see a bigger picture of what you truly are. Try and relax your mind. And speaking about relaxing the mind, I just want to perhaps explain a little bit about dream time. I've been wanting to for a long time. In these times, if your thoughts are racing, I'm just giving this in case this supports. But if it doesn't, please let it go. It's just an offering to help you receive your own clarity, to receive data for yourself and your own steps. We don't have to know what's happening next month or even next week, let alone each year, because this higher frequency that we step into, which is our consciousness at higher frequency, it works in the now moment. And just like I was showing you in terms of these waves, it does work in waveform, our consciousness. And in that waveform, it can just literally choose which frequency to create and be with. So just going back to dream time, in these timelines, if you're not sleeping well, to just be aware what you're doing in those hours. The way the brain works is that I just hope we're still live, because I can't see any activity on the comments, so I should just see if we're still live. But I should carry on. Okay, I think we're still here. Okay, yeah. It's a bad signal where I am, really bad, so it might cut out, and just bear with it if it cuts out. Okay, just stay, and it'll soon chop off completely if I lose you altogether. But just going back to the time before you go to bed at night, just be aware of what you're doing and how much activity you're giving your brain before you go to bed. If we give our brain a lot of mental activity before sleep time, what that really is us being in personality mode before bed. So personality mode runs at a certain energetic frequency that can't clearly, and I emphasize the word, it can't clearly connect clearly to your own consciousness during your sleep time. And so when we've got a lot of brain activity before bed, we get jumbled up dreams. If we were to go to sleep after a traumatic day of mental turmoil, upset, aggravation, if our day had been that way, and we went to bed with that turmoil, or maybe it's not like a loud turmoil, but maybe it's constant worrying in the daytime, constant upset, maybe it's quiet upset, but nevertheless upset that's running all the time, then again, that is personality mode. And when you go to sleep, you're still in personality frequency. So the dreams that you'll have will be what we could call disturbing dreams. They could be fearful dreams, you know, all sorts. I don't want to put descriptions to them, but you know what I mean, is they can be frightening dreams. And what that really truly shows you is just that your personality in daytime mode has been in an imbalanced state. So worry, anxiety, turmoil, frustration, perhaps anger, etc., etc. It's an imbalanced state of being, and so that translates into your sleeping time, that frequency, and that's when you can have disturbing dreams. And what you're really doing is pulling in energies from the astral plane. Oh wow, I just seen a fish jump. So and so you have disturbing dreams, and so the key is to really watch your thoughts before bedtime. And I'm not saying be like the birds, but watch the birds. You know, they absolutely know what they're doing. They celebrate the sun as it descends after a day of living. They celebrate it by their bird song as the sun goes down and the sun sets. And then they one by one go quiet and relaxed, and they don't automatically go to sleep. They just relax down and relax down and relax down. And then they get their peaceful night's sleep. And if humans were to do that, because we do provide ourselves with a lot of stimulus at night before bed, and that's half the problem. But if we just did something that's very relaxing, even if it's just chilling, watching a nice movie that doesn't stimulate the brain too much, but just to do something that brings you joy, that raises your frequency, that makes you happy, and then go to bed. Nothing too stimulating. By doing so, you go to bed with a heightened frequency. And that higher frequency that your brain is in means that you can clearly interpret your higher consciousness when you're sleeping. So it's like a clearer channel to your consciousness when you're sleeping. And as such, when you practice that, you'll get clear dreams from your consciousness that give you personally information that will assist your path here in a body. So I've wanted to sort of say that for a long time, to explain how it works at dream time, because when we go to sleep, what we're really doing is closing off from the human experience, which is actually the dream itself. The human experience here, walking on this solid reality, is the dream. So when we go to sleep at night, we exit this dream. And when we're in higher frequency, we can tap into our consciousness. The consciousness that is the mastermind of the whole of this experience for you. So the highest thing you can do is just relax at night, chill, relax down, watch the sunset, it it kind of isn't the time to have a big debate or a massive conversation that's an analytical conversation where the mind is very, very active. That's the sort of thing to do in the daytime if you're choosing to, if that's your thing. But more and more that won't be your thing. But just, yeah, master how you spend your time and your energy, how much energy you give to XYZ, how much time you give to XYZ, and just pay attention to your energetic frequency. Be the observer of your own thoughts. I know it's such a hard time for some people. And, you know, you're going to witness, and probably already have, that some people will be full of the joys of spring. And you might think, well, what's wrong with me? Because I'm not full of the joys of spring. I'm having a hard time right now. What am I doing wrong? But again, it's just to share the love and support, because everybody is on their own unique sine wave. And I won't go into that because I've talked about it before in lots of videos. But we share a collective sine wave, which is the collective timeline. And then we have our own sine waves, our own path, which follow sine waves. And so if you think of that wave that the sine is like, you see the highs and you see the lows. And all that is frequency. Low frequency, high frequency. So there could be one day when you or your friend are feeling very down, having a bad day, and then somebody else is having a brilliant day, and you wonder what you're doing wrong. You're doing nothing wrong, nothing at all. Because in a few days' time, another person will have a day when they're struggling, and you'll be on a high. So it's just to pay attention to your own sine wave. It works in a 3-day cycle, 3 days. And when you're at that low ebb, if you encounter that low ebb, for whatever story presents to you in your human experience, but it's at that lowest point of the sine wave, it is actually the gift. That's the gift. Because if in that low point you choose to look inward at yourself and do the inner work, look at the behaviors, look at the reaction mode, which the world is in quite a bit of at the moment. It's in reaction mode to these energies. But if you just look within at your own reactions, your own thoughts, your own belief systems, what meaning you are giving to everything in the reality. If you look at that when that low point presents and work through it, it's then that you soar, because you pick up the gift, you clear something, you dissolve something, and then you get your aha moment and you soar into the height of the sine wave with self-realization. And what that's equivalent of is taking one of those steps, one of those pebbles along the bridge. So you never need to see any low point as a bad thing. It's actually where the gift lies. It's where the gold lies. It truly is. And it can be hard, believe me. I know it's hard. I know it is. But when you know that every single thing that happens that can create a low point, when you know that that is actually the gift, then you can actually get quite excited in that low point, because you know there's something to see, something to look at. And it's like looking for gold. It is. And when you find that gold, you dissolve something that actually was just part of the overlay, part of the human personality. And it goes, and it's just like taking a coat off, and you feel so much lighter. and it won't repeat, and you just feel freer and freer and freer. If you're struggling, and I know not everybody is, I know there are people definitely that aren't struggling, that are literally soaring now. But if you're struggling, because those type people don't need support, you know, the people that understand what's happening, and they've got their own way through, they don't need the support. But if you're struggling, it's just to you know, see what it is that you're reacting to, and see what you're also, and this is the part where I really want to pause because it's huge, is is see what you're giving meaning to. See what you're giving meaning to. Because it's what each human gives meaning to that is the cause of their suffering. You know, with this transition, this ascension or embodiment, this full embodiment, there are layers upon layers. There are steps and steps and steps. And we all have different stories. How we get there is unique to you and you and you and you. But the steps are the same. But there are layers upon layers of self-realization. And there's this point in self-realization where you truly know within you, not through me saying it or someone teaching it, but you just come to this point of self-realization within you where you know that in the highest truth, the highest level, nothing has meaning. Nothing does. Humans assign meaning. We all assign different meanings to everything. The rain is just the rain. But the meaning that we assign to the rain can vary considerably. Some people can get annoyed when it's raining because they get wet. And some people will dance in the rain. And some people will be grateful for the rain because it provides the water for the crops and the feed. It's all meaning. But ultimately the rain is just the rain. If you can remember that ultimately nothing has meaning. What it means is when you do get frustrated or reactive to something that's happening or has presented to you, just remembering that nothing actually has meaning except the meaning the personality gives to it, then you'll soon be in peace. You'll soon be in peace. I'll tell you a good example for me, okay, is 2 days ago I was getting up and washed in the caravan, and I've got a window in my bathroom. I call it my magical window because I always see something beautiful when I'm getting a wash. And I looked out this little window and there was a bird, tiny bird, on the tree outside. And my mind, and there's the key, you know, the mind, which is the human personality, the way it functions at least. Not talking about the brain, I'm talking about the mind. The mind automatically thought, well, what bird is that? What type of bird is that? And I looked at the bird. Couldn't remember. And I used to know a lot about birds types. Still couldn't remember. Okay, I thought, you know which bird it is. What bird type is it? What's its name? Still couldn't remember. And then it clicked. I thought, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what bird type it was. Because what is that? It's just giving meaning to this beautiful experience in front of me of this tiny bird hopping on the tree, and it didn't go away. Usually they fly off quite quickly. So I just thought, yeah, just be with it. And the moment I dropped my mind and I dropped trying to remember what bird variety species it was, and I just was with the bird, that's when I transcended. Let go of my thoughts and transcended. And then you've got this higher connection to everything. So there was the connection to the bird, and as that happened, the bird came even closer to my window. Why? Because I'm choosing to connect to it rather than be in the brain, be in the mind, where we assign meaning to everything. And all we do when we're doing that is we're just literally in the dream, in the illusion, and that's what we're coming out of. So to try and let go gently of meaning, you see, your consciousness, the consciousness that is the mastermind of your journey here with a human form, it doesn't have a human brain. It doesn't speak linear language. It literally is vibration. It works with vibration. It works with frequencies. And so we all attract to us via frequency. Everything is frequency. Everything is light and vibration. But that's how the consciousness works, is it attracts to it like frequency. It creates the frequency within itself. So think of your consciousness as a non-solid form made of light that works as multiple energetic frequencies, and that consciousness tunes into a particular frequency of something it wishes to create, and then that creation is made. Why? Because it's attracting like frequency. So I go back to the human experience. Everything that we're attracting to us is based on a frequency we've been running. And this is why, you don't have to, but it would serve to expand in your consciousness to tune into the frequency you're running. And you can tell which frequency you're running by, just looking at the emotions you're feeling in any one moment. Human beings call it emotions, but really what it is variable frequencies of energy that human beings assign meaning to. But really it's just energy that can be mastered. And then when those frequencies are mastered, when the mind is mastered, we end up having less and less and less intense experiences of those outer emotions that we can label as angry, stressful, filled with anxiety, filled with worry. All of those outer frequencies dissolve, and we end up in this sort of middle band of emotions, which we can call happy, excited, blissful, ecstasy. And that's what we sustain through mastering the frequency. And then what that in turn means is that we're becoming step by step more aligned to the frequency of our consciousness itself, which operates at a much higher vibration than the human mind. So we're slowly, step by step, becoming a higher vibration that allows us to become the consciousness that is a higher frequency vibration. So, I don't know, that was quite a ramble. But I hope some of that has helped. It is, I've known this time was approaching. I was shown it last year in July, and the learning dream in July that I was given of this timeline actually played out I think about 5 days ago, in this reality, in my reality. So I know the timeline we're in. It is the timeline that Jason was talking about. Jason, Estes and myself were talking about. We are still in it, but the key is just to be in your experience. No matter how much you might struggle, just know, or if somebody else is struggling around you, family member, partner, friend, if somebody else is struggling around you, just try and remember that at soul level, they've chosen to experience this temporary timeline as that. And it's just temporary, and they will get through. Okay. I know some people will be transitioning, they will be leaving the body because they've chosen that at this timeline and this for their soul experience. They don't need to be here anymore. They need to journey on to the next experience. But for those that's staying, they're staying with the body, and your way of going across that bridge is your way. It's no one else's. There's no one way. There's your way. So be true to yourself. Honor yourself. Be aware of how much time and how much energy you give to things. Is it serving you? Is it contracting you? Or is it expanding you? Because your soul, your consciousness is desiring the expansion of the human being through you and you and you. So it's quite a sharp curve that we're on, but it's only temporary, and you'll get through, and so will your family, and so will your friends. Just trust their soul, trust their journey, and trust yours. Because you've already designed it, you've already done it. That's why you're here, because you've already mastered it. So trust it. We don't need to know everything. You don't need to know everything. I don't need to know everything. We never will. But you can know the moment and come back to the present moment. And in that present moment, you will always find peace. You'll come back to harmony. And from that present moment, all the clues and the signs are there in front of you for your very next step. Not 10 steps forward. The clues aren't there for 10 steps forward. The clues are there for your very next step. So just follow one moment, one step at a time for you. And guess what? You'll just step across that bridge one step at a time, and we all will. I love you guys so much. I hope some of that waffling has helped you. I send you so much love, so much support. Because I feel vibration, literally, physically, all the time now. I feel you all. And I know everybody's in different spaces, at different frequencies. But I support you all, whether you're happy, ecstatic right now, or whether you're struggling right now. I send you so much love. I support you with the whole of my heart. And I know every single one of us will get over that bridge, and we're doing it together. God bless you all. I pray that some of this has helped you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.